Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, did I take a screenshot? I did. There it is. There it is. Sorry, we're just, I'm finishing promoting that I'm live. Per usual. Per usual. Always behind, but it's okay. It's okay, because we eventually get there. We're playing some Ace today. A deck that I was definitely on the underrating side. At least this was not a deck that I thought could get a top, no, let alone a top in the Treasure Cup as well on the same weekend. But honestly, you guys know me. I love the red Whitebeard pirate kind of sub archetype in the game. Obviously, I did a lot of Marco testing yesterday, and I think that there is like room for this Ace leader to be pretty good as well. So give me just a moment while I try to get ready for, let me finish posting that we're live, and then we're going to do some testing. We're going to start with two different lists to start us off. We had the two lists that did well. We've got OPA's list. We got top 32 at the treasure or the regionals, and then we also do have Long's build, which got, I think, third place, top 4 for the same Treasure Cup on the same day. So that is what we've got today. Hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, hoping to do a little bit of cooking towards the end. So hopefully like a slightly longer stream as well. I sincerely have been enjoying the OP16 meta, and yeah, can't wait to see more of it. Also, Creeper Justice with 30 months. Thank you very much. I'm sorry that there's not a super duper notification for it because we are remote, but thank you so much for the 2.5 years. I unfortunately do not have any 2.5 years dice, but if I did, you'd be getting them. But I do appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Yeah, that is what we've got today, and I think it should be a pretty good time. All right. Let's get to it. So, let me see. All right, we will start with this one. Oh, I have way more tabs open than I thought I did. Whoops, let me close some of these because my computer is very unhappy at me for doing literally anything. So my bad PC. All right, so this is Opa's list, and then we also do have Long's list. And if you guys want to see these or find these anywheres, you can find them on my deck database. So if you go to eggmanevents.com, you go to deck database to One Piece, you go here and you go to OP16. You can go to look at the tournament data. You can go to the all, which has every deck list that we have in this format, which we have over 200 right now, which is insane for something that just came out a couple weeks ago. We got a lot of data points for you guys. If you just type in Ace, though, if you want to put red, you can go right there, and there it is. So we see the red Ace list. We also have some success for like some Chinoi's Cups. Luffy Ace is its own beast as well. We might do another stream from there. Also, Kuda, happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Do appreciate it. Also, if you guys go to the meta tab, you can see we've got decks by meta. And so if you want to look at Ace, you can see the cards that are in the decks and how successful they are in them. So you guys can do that. And if you guys want to make your own deck, you can go to start building and then, suggest a card with a, big inclusion rate. So like even if you just look at the core deck, this is what most decks are looking like core wise for pieces, and you can make the choices from there. So we've been working really hard to make this look pretty slick and be really accessible for you guys. And honestly, I think we've done a pretty good job. So that all aside, we're going to look at specifically Opa's list. And again, even between the two lists, there are some pretty interesting choices as well. So yeah, we can just get on into it, I think that is the place. So yeah, we're going to start with Opa's list. We'll go here, copy to clipboard. Also, if you guys don't know, if you go copy to clipboard and then you go to your sim, you go to deck editor, you just go import from clipboard. There you go. And OP16 Ace. There's the deck. We'll go here. We'll launch matchmaking. Go easy peasy. Should be easy peasy things for y'all. All right. Well, I didn't even hit the post button. That's kind of important. There you go. EBO1 EZO? Yeah, for sure. I was looking, like, did some testing with it, I'm like, you get essentially, because you can give the Dawn to itself, you get Rush so easily. It's a very cool mechanic that you get to use for this deck, and then everything turns into a 2K. Because I don't think Long's version was playing it, but not. I don't think Opa's build was. No, Opa's build was not, which might be a mistake, but we'll find out together. I think for sure though, you put like, especially like, I've been trying to look into it. There might be cases where going the first curve is like better for the deck, which is kind of silly. But I think going first could be like actually better. Because like you think of the second curve and you're like, all right, I'll do Newgate on 8. I'm also not like sold of Zoro in the deck either. If I was to look at like the two lists and see which one I thought was better, I think Long's list is like a little bit more put together for what you'd want to do. But yeah, like the Ezo is really good and everything, but I think this build's also fine. Yeah, I think this card is pretty good and important for the deck, because again, like it's the same thing as like this effect, like everything gets a plus 2K, but it's a little bit more generic. But I think it's good. There are still some changes. Also, okay, last thing before we start playing games, my last little thing I would say is that I would so Luffy gets what is it? I would consider playing this 2K Sanji just a little bit. So Straw Hat character 6K power or more, it gets unblockable, right? Can't activate blocker, so you can do that with Luffy. Since this card essentially has Rush in the deck, you get like a 2-card unblockable Rush card, which is super good. And then Sanji, if you set this up beforehand, like even without any Dawn investments, it's a 6K. So I've like been mildly considering that for the deck. I'm not sold on Thatch, but it is another 8K for the deck, which is fine. But I think we have enough 8Ks that we don't need Thatch. I've also thought about like Tony Chopper with like a 4-drop 2K, 6K blocker. If we want to lean a little bit more into the Straw Hats that we can then go for game with. Because like there are times I'm just like, man, if you like Luffy, you play it for 2. You put 2 Dawn in it and it's an 8K, and then you put 2 Dawn on like with the Sanji, that ends up just being like really strong. Like at 10 Dawn, you end up being a 12K unblockable, 13K if you have the Moby Dick setup, which just seems kind of good, I'll be honest. So I think that's pretty good. There's some other cards I was thinking about. They're probably like lackluster, but what's the name of it? Anything that can KO something off things. I was thinking, was it Monet? I was thinking about Monet a little bit, where you can use this card to give 2 rested Dawns to something and give something minus 1K for the turn. So like there are some times, like for example, like early game, like, oh, I can just rest it, put 2 Dawn on Luffy, the turn it's played, and then go off. Like, and then getting the minus 1K. So good for just stealing opponent's curve. Sure. Yeah, I think that's fair too. I think that's fair as well. Like you're pretty aware. I think the only thing about Newgate too is that this card is strong, but most of the time, I mean, like as long as you have like 2 copies of them, like the first one doesn't really do anything but apply pressure. But if the second one can be used to get like attacks in, which also means that I think we need to put like a couple more 1-drops in the deck, just because like it's really good at setting up the give something, like if you have an 8K and you give it minus 2K, then your 1-drops can just immediately start applying pressure, which is really nice. So, all right, yapping aside, let's get into it. Let's get into some games. But yeah, we're testing out the other build first, and then yeah, I definitely think I'm a little bit closer to the build that Long was playing. So, and then yeah, we'll be streaming for probably like 3-ish hours. We've got a sleepy puppy dog at our feet too. Life is good. We got some coffee. Life is good. We're playing against Sanji. What do we prefer in this build? I'm gonna say going first. We'll see if that's right or wrong. First with Moby Dick is probably fine. And there, I'm gonna still try GLHF, even though they can't talk to me. Unless they really just type this in. This might be like a lore serial number as well. Honestly, this is probably a little bit better. Even though we don't have a card with 8k power, apparently. Oh, they whiffed off the Nami. Oh, no. Now we do. Ace. It's not too bad on 5. Alright. We can't give this rush this turn. We can play out this. For 2, right? Oh no, we don't have enough Dawn, but we can go... We'll give that 8. You can play this the next turn. Really? Double 8, double 2k. Oh, 2k, 1k, 1k. Wild. I have been thinking about playing this Kobe in this deck too. Because we don't have like that many good turns on 4, but like the fact that this can just KO a 1-drop in like a lot of important matchups and draws you a card most times. This card's like not awful. I've definitely thought about putting this in the deck too. Because like what is our like this is our best turn 4 play, but like this is also pretty good. And like sometimes like you don't even want to play this for 4 because you know you're gonna play it for 2 on the next turn. That's not a card with 8. We can just play this one out, right? It's probably better. Doesn't get character rush, but probably need to save that for later. I don't love doing this, but I think we're gonna have to because we. Yeah, the fact that we don't have an 8 cost in hand is kind of, or 8k in hand is kind of silly, but I think it's probably fine. I think getting rid of those are important. Well, but attacking with that's kind of tough for them, right? And there it is. That's too bad. Yeah, we just play this dude, right? We have to show 2 cards with 8k power, huh? Shit, that was a really good draw. It's better. I don't think the double attack really matters right now. It's OG power, right? Yeah, base power. Can't allow to have very good things. Oh, it's either side. That's funny. For some reason, I thought it was only your side. That's kind of silly, actually. All right. I mean, there's a chance we can go for game, right? Off of this. If they have like an unblockable Sanji, like we're in a bad spot. There's also like 7-drop Zora, which lets us be a 9k right now and then pressure the Zeph. Yeah, there's just a lot going on. We can also play this Luffy for 2. And then 2 of these guys. But again, if they just get an unblockable, they win, right? Playing out this, like, lets us get rid of this for free. And then, like, we attack 9k, but they have, like, 1 Dawn open, right? I think this determines some things. Okay. He just gave me 2 unblockable Sanjis. Yeah, they have unblockable. Pretty good spot. I can do 2k, but what can I do for 1, right? Not really a lot, right? If I can just block here, I don't block for 2k. And they're out, right? And then we just go for game. Yeah, GG's. Okay. Okay, and yeah, they had to use the 2Ks to get out of that, because otherwise it looks like they were dead. So I think that was the right play. Yeah, because their hand was super duper dead. All right, nice. Yeah, very close. I've seen a lot of people compare these 2 decks and be like, you know, there's a lot of signature, like Sanji can take advantage of a lot of this. The issue is that like half this stuff has the on plays, but like this Luffy's actually like silly strong too. The issue is that, like, obviously me being able to give, like, an 8-drop 10k, like, this card's just absurd. Literally only in this deck, though, right? Yeah. But, like, yeah, I think for sure, like, the Kobe, I think we were talking about the Kobe earlier. This card is, like, needed for Sanji. It's like, one of the main reasons to actually play this deck, because this 4-drop is really good. And I think, like, you can, like, make a Navy-coded build of this, because there is, like, the, like, Kyujaku and stuff that you're able to like use to give like this card attacking in return is really good. And unfortunately for Sanji, if Vista didn't have an on play effect, oh, this card would be sick nasty in Sanji. But unfortunately it does. So I'm gonna do my best to keep track of stats today too for the run for the day, which is found this one. Yeah. 1-0. Yeah, it's very fun. And also, I want to say shoutouts to Justin Johnsuko. He's been like the biggest believer of this deck, and lucky for him. On release, he wanted some of the art stuff that I pulled, and I sold it to him. And I'm sure he got I saw some prices go up a little bit. Like he got the super duper friendship rate, so he obviously got rewarded for sticking with the deck that he believes in. But I'm really happy that the deck is super viable, because I know he likes it a lot. We're gonna take first away from Manel. I mean, this on 5 is okay, and it can also help us find Vista, which is like one of our key pieces, which is fine. I think we need a mulligan. We need to try to find a 1-drop. This hand is awful. This is way worse. I mean, we can still ace, but like I hope they enjoy me playing Newgate every turn for the rest of the game. All right, hey, we did find Garp though. Garp's kind of good. I need 3 cost or higher. We unironically just need more of these boys. We can go big 7. Yeah. The fact that there's like no hand fixing in this deck is kind of tough though. But also at the same time, like most of the cards we want to play, like if we play 3 Newgates, we win the game. Like unironically. Let's see if they've got the dog. Okay. That was fun. I don't know how I feel about Uta as a blocker either. It's not bad. Just needs to find me specifically Marco's clutching the purple decks. I'm sure. There's like this weird thing though that we don't have time to play Vista and Marco because we want to start playing 8-drops. Vista because it's the good one. Yeah, it's B8K power more, yeah. Yeah, Vista next turn is going to be pretty good. And we need to keep these 8Ks in hand too. Yeah, if they get like a little greedy with like attacking with this an L or something, like we can really punish it too. I'm sure they're going to do some nonsense to like stun Ace forever or whatever, but we're fine. Yeah. I think Izo is going to be what we add next for sure. Though, like, Ace does offer, like, some kind of necessary card draw. But yeah, Izo will be in the next build. Opa was not playing that card, and I think that was a bit of a miss. Is there... Let's see. Yeah, it is. Justin, I just mentioned you. That you are... Because I've been in LA. We haven't talked since Priori's event. But I'm sure that you're very happy that Ace is being shown off as a deck with viability, and that you're mildly happy that some card prices likely went up for the deck too. Yeah. I think 5-off Izo will be added to this deck after some games. I also don't like 7-drop Zoro, so we'll see if that changes. I also, again, I think we could use 4-drop Kobe in the deck too, because I think like the hand draw from that can be really good. Because our early game curve is kind of bad. But like Kobe on 4 and then being able to pop a 1-drop or 2-drop ends up being, I think, kind of impactful. That's fine. Another ace. All right, turn it and stun it. Okay. 3-drop Sanji's better. Like, I think there could be some for a little bit. I think the reason Izo is good is because on curve it's an 8K and then it's hard to interact with the next turn. And then, like, you do have to run a lot of bricks, so, like, turning anything, even just once per turn for a 2K, like, obviously on board, Luffy's, like, a little bit better. But it's still, like, a conditional, like, even if it's worse Luffy's, like, one of the best cards in the deck, right? Who do we need? 7-drop Newgate next turn is actually, like, not outrageous. I'm gonna see if we do anything about this. No. Maybe we should have kept this active. But they can just L-Thor this. They're going to L-Thor this eventually, and then it's just going to be what it is. Yeah. Maybe we should go on the 1K instead of this. With Thatch. I think like you play 2 of this card because it's really good on Odd Curve. But I don't know. I do think like the Newgate event that like lets you either draw 1 or like pitch something ends up being pretty good too. Sure. Got 3K now. Yeah, I'm not on Roger too. I kind of mentioned it because if you're playing like 3-drop Sanji or 3-drop Sanji and 4-drop Luffy, there's definitely a consideration to playing the unblockable Sanji. Because unblockable Sanji on Luffy ends up being, I think, kind of nice. This one has the build that we're playing has Zoro on it. I'm not a firm believer of the card yet. Three Sanjis, UK. Oh, okay, that makes sense too. If we have Zoro in the deck too, that could make it so, like the no, because it's 6K power or more, right? I know this is a lot of cards, but I think we're good to take them. This is currently at 4K. I mean, they can spend a lot to save it. Which they probably will. You're gonna have to spend like 4 cards though. Trash movie, use movie. I think just using it. Oh, you're right. We got it anyways, though. We're good. You're right. That's way better. Because then it removes a dead card in hand. Yeah, I need to start using this card better. For sure. You're right. That was a display for sure. The next turn we can play. I also like the ability like 7-drop Newgate and then Luffy in the same turn. I think it ends up being really nice. Always free drops at dawn to optimize it. Yeah, you're right. You're 100%. 110%. 110%. The guy's just a lowly 5k. Yeah, it's so good. It's such a good card. Got a 4k. Down to 3k. Wow. Yeah, we definitely save it though. Because they're gonna have to use one of these walkers into it. Sure. Yeah, and this could have been like something else for like moves and stuff. Let's do that. Oh well. Also, I keep forgetting that we need these 8Ks, that they're actually important in hand, because we top decked the one we needed. Playing this Luffy for 2 feels like cheating sometimes, I'll be honest too. But we're also like, it is kind of scary here. Yeah, like, it's not like an issue to see all these, right? Like, you do want to see these eventually, too. But obviously, like, it's a little bit scary. Three Luffy on 6 Dawn. That's hilarious. I haven't even thought about that. But also, like, if we end up playing Kobe, even on even curve, like playing 4-drop Kobe into 6-drop Luffy is a pretty solid turn. I think I'm going to put that card in the deck, for sure. And see if I have room for it. I also think Izo's good, too. Don't get me wrong. And, like, even on, like, 7 Dawn, like, playing 5-drop Izo into Luffy is good. Or even, like, 5-drop Ace into Luffy. Like, there's just, like, good plays. For sure. But, like, even, like, imagine, like, if we had Izo on curve for this game, right? Yeah, I think I should be fine. They got Gamma Knife. They can, like, do, like, a lot of, like, Delios. Yeah. Ace is going to be stunned for the 3rd turn in a row. Isn't this a good, like, interaction that this deck lets you do? Like, you can play a card, and they just, like, I mean, at least he's on board. At least he's on board. It's better. I mean, he does offer a card drop. He gets popped, but, like, at least he's on board. They also have Gamma Knife, so they can Gamma Knife the new gate and then get to do things, which is fine. Yeah, if they minus this one, I would have done the effect. Sure. He's on a 4K. Do we 2K 1K this? If we 2K 1K this, they have to, I mean, it sure can attack into it. That's fine. I don't think we're fine here, by the way. I think we're like in danger of still losing. We need to find if we found like Vista, this is probably like one of the best cards here. Hey, look, there's Vista. We can also play Uta, but they can rest it. How big can they make this, though? This Frankie being... I think we're okay. I think we're okay, because we get to make things something... Let's start with this. I mean, it's a 7K to discard off that. Yeah, if they had a 6-drop and Nell on board, I'd be kind of afraid. But at this spot, I'm like a little bit less afraid. That's a good hit. Maybe I should have attacked into Shura. Shura might have been actually the better hit. Just reduce the amount of attacks they get next turn. Yeah, sure. Attacking to Shura was better. Because they have a hard... Like, they could Frankie. Alright. It's about the same, though. Alright. Two 2Ks in this deck? That's crazy. My hand is only 2Ks and Newgate as well, which is pretty good. Assuming these live. Which, if they had like some Thor nonsense, they could. Yeah. Assuming it's sure, for sure. On me. Because they could have blocked with Frankie, and then I mean, blocking with Frankie would have been the same thing. I don't think we were punished specifically on this game for it, but there are other games where we would have been punished for it, right? They would have blocked Frankie and done the same thing, right? Yeah. But like for future situations, there's definitely times, especially like if they couldn't defend it with like actual counter. Yeah, Vista's a good card. I ended up getting another treasure rare off my boxes. I'm probably going to buy the other 3. I know I sold one to Justin, who's in chat, who's probably loving his thing. Also, my opponent has 2.5 minutes left. Do you think they left? Or are they thinking? They might actually. I think they won, actually. Depends on how much Dom they can lose before. No, they won. That's too bad. Yeah, because we need to get rid of the Frankie. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, because we need one more K. I made the mistake on that one. But yeah. But like just having the Frankie around was enough. Yeah. No, they had the thing. Yeah. But they had the L Thor and they had enough to go negative for it. I think that was the play no matter what. I don't think, because I also didn't have a. I guess there was like I could use Little Ors Jr. instead, and it would have been. But it would have been Vista L Thor, like Vista and Little Ors, right? Yeah, it is insane, and I can just do that. Agreed. But like at the same point, like two things. I think my opponent played well into it, which is good. But then also, I clearly made mistakes through it. So like I'm okay with losing when it was clearly something where I could have been playing better. But it is crazy. Like just that was enough, where they found all the pieces they needed for it. But I think again that was on me to try to play better. Because there's like times with like the boat and stuff. But like the fact that they can just like remove 8-10, right, is tough. Whether or not like even if I don't attack with this, they'll just have to use a Mamaragon, which they end up using. So it's okay. See, swing and destroy before Vista, and then if they block with. Yeah. There's also like was a chance that I didn't have to go so aggressive on their face either. And like at some point, like if I like there's also like the funny math where like if I allow them to have one drop on the board, it's the same as having 4. You know what I mean? So like removing 2 of them didn't do anything when they still had a target for their leader effect. So they could have actually been, as much as like Vista was like an obviously like tempting offer, it could have been better to just not play Vista, play out 2 copies of the Little Ors, and just pass, especially because like they can't just like... The Ors were just 4K blockers though, so they could get interacted with kind of easily. But it would have meant like I had like the same amount of cards in hand too. So we'll see. I think the red Whitebeard support will be beneficial for Ace. Likely a little bit. It's so weird. It's so weird that they've printed, what is it, like 3 red Whitebeard leaders in 4 sets, which is kind of crazy. All right, I'll play one more with this build, and then we're going to try Long's build, and then we're going to probably make a hybrid build from them. But that was definitely my game to lose, and I definitely did. But this is also my second game with the deck, so I'm allowed to be bad. As long as you guys know that I'm allowed to be bad. Mr. Teach. Obviously in this matchup I take second away from them, but they won the dice roll, so. But I do kind of like the going first curve with this deck. There's a lot of cool things you get to do with it. And this one's probably pretty fun. It's likely Vista. Vista on 7's pretty good. I do really feel like not having early plays are kind of stinky. Yeah, like another ace. Probably just gonna be Thatch. Yeah, that's fine. All right. What bound am I? I'm around half, 500 million. Yeah. 6 plus 4 is 10. And they're just gonna get the redirect anyways. So I want this for like the smaller attack, because once this becomes a 7k, it's like different. If this is a Vasco shot on top, it's different too. There's also like, this could have been like one of the few times where Zoro actually made sense. They're gonna play 10 drop next turn, right? Sure. Yeah, I get the thingy. I'm gonna do for this. And then 9 and 10. That's too bad. It's still 7 though. It's just like obviously less. They only have to do 1 card. Alright. Not having, yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, wow, crazy. This finds me another new gate. That's pretty good. Not. How big is this guy? Zoro can still be 40. This is at 8, like if we can go. I can see Zoro being important for this matchup. And this being out means that like both Ace and Luffy turn this into a 2k essentially, which is nice. Plus Zoro made us a 7k. So this obviously is a matchup where like 2-drop Sanji would be pretty good. Yeah, I can see this being like a somewhat better matchup. There's only been a win more card for me in this deck. This is like one of the weird scenarios where I do think that it was like good and correct to play. It does not happen very often, I will admit. Honestly, we can just get this through because like we need to defend board more. Because they're not going to attack this, right? You get 2 more attacks. We've got 6, 6, 5. Seven, and this goes 8, right? Yeah, yeah. We can just give this card rush. Yeah, GG's. Yeah. It's just so tricky because they can get out of so many attacks. I'm not going to say that that was the best way to do the numbers. It did let me have like a sneaky like, I could double Uta across the board, and then like that gets out of some attacks. And then their numbers are so big though. I don't know. Yeah. Not having a second 8-drop did hurt a little bit that game, but we still were able to get there. Alright. So this is with Opa's list. I do think Zoro helped us win this game a little bit, but this is the first time I've found like real, like actual usage from it. I'm also like such a greedy player with this deck too, where like I'll just go down to 0 so quickly, which is probably not correct. Which is probably like a little greedy. Let's try out this list. So this is the build from also, yeah, okay, they weren't playing the mules, which makes sense because we didn't see any. This is what I would likely be a little bit more attuned to play. for sure. Yeah, and I do like the time for a counterattack. I think it's really, that's like a really strong, like, rad beam for the deck. I do think I could add one more copy of the Mule though, and then there definitely are some like minor rearrangements that I do with this deck, but I do like this build too. Just more cards in hand. Yeah, I mean it's always been like the, you know, the Newgate thing where you're just like, no, it's fine. I'll go down to 0. I'll just have a million cards. Do not worry about it. But yeah, there's definitely some rooms for things. How many? I mean, I guess it's not like the true number, but we're only playing 6 2Ks in this deck, which feels kind of wacky. Feels kind of wacky. I don't know if I'm going to keep this card. Maybe like one more copy of the Mule, and then I do think I'm going to put 2 Sanjis in there, and then maybe some. There's definitely some room for like some alternative cards. Yeah, let me try this build verbatim though, and see what I think about it. But yeah, just having an extra 4K is pretty nice. Shoot. Oh, what the? Oh, I made, I did the wrong one. I meant to do this one. All right, against Shanks, I think we want to take second away from them. And we have a pretty okay hand. I do like these Sanjis. I think these Sanjis are pretty strong in the deck, for sure. Especially if we, like, first or second, right? Can we afford a 2K? No, because we don't have any right now. Alright, okay, that's concerning. Let's just do this. This is one of the first times Marcus actually hit the board. They can block, but it won't get rid of this. Well, that's pretty good. That's actually really good. Oh no. So this is kind of weird. But I need to attack with this first, because if it dies, I need to lose something to pop it. And then we go here. Because I need to make sure that I actually get this attack through. Oh no. Another one. Oh, I forgot. That's just, it's generically like that. And we could just like super go for game, right? It's probably better just to be safer, right? Yeah, we're not really in a rush, right? Oh, we'll take a draw one. They have to stop making their leader a 7K. This deck is kind of scary, though. I guess it just gets leader effect. Yeah. GG. Sorry. I meant to put 2 Gs. I promise. 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 Yeah. Can't go wrong. You're right. Can't go wrong with another new game. So I have thought about yeah, geez, oh no, don't. Ooh, all right. What does Kuzan want? Kuzan wants to be able to play Garpon on 8. So we're gonna go second. I think. I think their second curve is better. This hand's pretty good too. Honestly, I think we can't go wrong with more of those. Oh, they didn't have the 3-drop searcher either. That's kind of stinky. Yeah, it's 2 more cards. One. What are we doing next turn? Probably 2 there. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I think I said it. I saw it. Maybe I didn't say it right, but I'll say it again just in case. Ram Nom with the 1 month. Thank you very much. Hope you appreciate it. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the content. I will take the draw. Please attack with Isho. Oh, they know. I will get punished by this one day. Until that day, I'm always just like, oh, just showing the 2 thing 8Ks. Like, I've just been like stupid lucky that I have not been called out with that yet. Because, yeah, I'm pretty dumb about it. Thanks for streaming and video. You're welcome. I'm happy that they've been helpful and useful and everything else. It's definitely one of my priorities for all this stuff. Honestly, if they pressure Newgate or Izo, I'll probably just let it go. Because I think like having this Newgate being able to like pressure something again next turn is just too good. Especially with these Garps on the board. I am really looking forward to testing Kuzan with the new stuff once it comes out next month. Sure. Yep. Another. We just got so much value. It's really tough for them. Really tough for them for sure. I have thought about also. I know that I'm the biggest like harper for this. I've been thinking about. Also, I think Sanji like on curve helped us win that game for sure. But I also think like the same thing. Like Kobe could be in a really similar spot too. What was I gonna say? We'll play another game. We went 2-1. This is our 4. We won with this twice. We're 4-1, right? Yeah, we're almost at 100 million, or 1,000 million, billion even. What are we gonna say? I was thinking of. No, this one. This one. What was I saying? I can't remember anymore. Oh, I was also looking at Luffy's. And this is probably just too bad of a thing to do, because I'm like, okay, there's other Luffy's that we can clearly give rush, right? I mean, this one's kind of funny. It only looks for supernovas, which is in the deck. This wasn't named Luffy. There is this one though. There's this Luffy, which it's a 4-drop 6K, and then we do have 3Ks in the deck that matter. Like being able to play this out, and then like if we had enough events. But I think like the events are kind of tough. Also, like I was unironically thinking about this quote unquote useless promo that's also like casually like $300. I'm like, do I make this card relevant in the meta and then make people very upset? Because you can just play it out and then it gets rush. 7.9K rush is good, but if this was an 8K, 100% it's in the deck, 1,000%. So the fact that it's a 9K instead means it's safe. You know, this also is like an interesting card too, but we don't play enough film stuff. Because it's like a searcher that like also, and we have to put 5 Dawn on it, but we can make it unblockable. This Luffy is just gonna card, give it to 1. I mean, this also is like not bad. I mean, it was kind of like bad in the start. What star deck did this come out of? It's Shanks, right? This also can find other film cards named Luffy, but there's like the red film cards are not. I don't think there's any Whitebeard Pirate film cards, so it's likely not worth it. But I did find it interesting. But like, we can play this Luffy, and the fact that that Luffy can play out this Sanji or a Garp ends up being like kind of neat. Probably not worth it to play that many events, but that was like another thing because the events we'd play there could be a good variety of them, but ID can. I also don't know if we need Thatch. He's just an 8K in hand more times than not. But like one of these days I will be punished by discarding my 8Ks and then not having 8Ks to fulfill my effects. So anyways, I'll do a couple more games with this build and then we'll change it up a little bit. Yeah, but we're in like top 1,000 territory. I haven't been like I haven't promoted this yet because I want to make sure that I can commit to it. But next month I'm trying to like double down on One Piece streaming. I'm doing a lot of streaming and allowing more benefits for y'all, and some like subscriber giveaways and stuff. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. All right, we're playing against Ace. Yamato Ace GLHF. So we'll see. I've never really been like a subathon kind of guy. Mostly because like I really just can't be bothered to be streaming 24 hours because a lot of the stuff ends up having to be like, yeah, we have Garp on 1. We can keep like website priorities and stuff. But finally picked a favorite game. Okay, all right. Some minor adjustments to that. The last week of July will have to be Gundam GDO5 testing because the set just comes out and I'm going to be playing it at Gen Con. I also don't have a ticket to One Piece regionals, but at Gen Con, which is really upsetting. But that might change eventually. So, yeah, I'm definitely down for it. Is the ranked sim fixed? What was broken? just go big 8. We can go 5-5, but I think these Garps are going to be needed for some removals. I'm likely going to Dallas. I wasn't aware until recently that it's likely only it's only one piece this time around. Because I mean, I feel like they should have named it like One Piece Day, or like One Piece Day at Bandai Card Game Fest. The fact that they're calling it, you know what I mean? There might be other games for like other things, but there hasn't been any advertisements for anything outside of that, you know? Which is kind of weird. Just a little weird. I'm getting stuck in a match against bot 1, 2, 3, 4. And, oh, I have literally not had that issue, so I'm not to say that it doesn't exist. I just don't know how to help you because I have not encountered that. Like, imagine, like, compare this to playing 5-drop Ace right now. 5-drop Ace would have just gotten us a card draw. And then, like, but this got us here, and then it still has the effect, right? And spoilers, one of these new gates are probably leaving my hand. At the same time, though, our hand is just full of bricks. Full of bricks. That is not great. Because they can do their whole 6-drop into whatever. They've got Otama in there, which they don't know. I guess it depends on which one they get. So this is a kind of weird spot to be in. Maybe we should have taken second, because like they can still like do their, or taken first. Or do they get the dice roll? I don't know. Alright, our hand is so bad. Our hand is very tough right now. Because unironically, like, we could just lose next turn. What would be helpful here? Do I need to pressure the Kinema? Maybe. Probably. Yeah, but I think being able to be a 7k leader with this Luffy is good enough for right now, but our hand is abysmal. Okay, Luffy effect, trashing this, and then we're going to trash. I don't know if we're going to double Newgate, to be honest. I think one Newgate's enough at this point. Yeah, because this like really, I mean, I guess they can put 7 on here. Unblockable. I think this is actually fine though. Like keeping this Luffy around is really nice. I can take one of these. That's good. Okay. I think we've actually won now, which is crazy because I was like in a spot where I thought we lost. Now I'm feeling pretty okay now. This is the list from Long. I want to trash this, but this also is our smallest way to get like a big AK. I know we have Little Orange Jr., which will survive, so we're okay to do this. The only difference, we're fine. So Radical Beam has rotated out of this format, so no. I can definitely see, like, I haven't used the zero cost event really. This will be 11. That's fine. Yeah, GG's. Yeah, I've been this deck seems pretty good. Definitely a little clunky at times, but I definitely think this is a deck that was slept on, and I've been really enjoying it. So the matchup against green yellow Luffy, green blue Luffy, I think is fine, because we like it depends on seeing like Vista on curve. But if we see Vista, we get a lot of free removal. I also think like the mules are going to be pretty good too. I'm going to play one more game and then I'm going to make some more like I don't know, for lack of better words, like aggressive changes. Yeah, ACOT, like 10k rush in a deck that also gives something minus 10k, like minus 6k. It's insane how good that card is, but it really is only this one. I will say, so I will say that I was in the middle of the road. I don't remember where I put on my tier list. All right, so that gives me, I don't remember. I think I put it like viable, but I have to test more. Yeah. Well, so like, okay, this is like the only reason for it. We're going second, and we have Vista on curve with the rest of it. That's probably pretty good, and we can keep this. Yeah, GLHF. The only thing I would say that card's pretty good. I was gonna say, yeah, the only thing I would say is yeah, we're gonna have to just take this. That's fine. No. But I lost the track of what I was saying. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, like Red Sanji. Everyone saw that deck and like, oh, this has to be good. This is gonna break the game, and then it did nothing, right? And like Ace is like coded very similarly to that card, right? To that deck. So hopefully it's like understood like why it's like, yeah. Oh boy. At least I get to do that. I think I just have to say that this card's going to be around. I can't really do anything about it right now. What's better, Marco? This gets me a card draw, but this has like better protection. It's probably just Marco. No triggers is actually kind of nice for us. Unironically, if we have to see it, because we haven't seen it yet, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, because it has to literally be one of the next cards we draw. Because without Newgate, then if we can like Newgate and get rid of Luffy, we kind of win the game. Otherwise, that card is like terrifying. Do you have a Toucan hand? Not really. They get the power on this, which is fine. I'd rather do that. Because also, like, if this is... Okay, so he has to fight that. Okay. Garp is too late for what we're doing. This being able to get, like, value from there is good. You can go 5. You can go 7, 8, 9. Which is pretty good. And not having Newgate there was rough. Like if I was worried about losing next turn, I'd do that. This turn, I don't think we did. All right. Rifle. Orsolino. Yeah, there it is. Oh, that's unfortunate. You get the boost. Okay, it's a Frankie. All right, that's fine. One of these things are dying, but at least one of them stays around. Who's good? Yeah, that's fine. You got him. And then another Robin. Okay, not the Robin I was expecting. Okay, Zora. Pretty good. They've used 2. All right. Peach. Thank you. All right. So decisions. 1. I think actually we get the 2K. I know it sounds kind of dumb, but it's way too late for this card. We can't actually use the effect. This is also pretty good, but also having like another Luffy. We can also go like, no, we can't do double. I think we have to get Vista, which is, I know, kind of dumb. Let's try so. Seven. So for 5, here goes 7. Or we can play this for 2. You can probably get out of this. Yeah. Yeah, I think we... Unfortunately, it's the same. If we found Newgate on curve, honestly, I think that's the biggest thing we lost to, was like not finding Newgate. Especially like Newgate and get rid of Luffy on curve, it would have been really good. I think that's the biggest reason we lost. Okay. There he is. Yeah, GG's. Yeah. I sincerely, I think the biggest thing was because we didn't see Newgate on curve. That was the biggest thing. Cool. I think maybe I don't know if that's like the thing for it, but I like without finding our 8-drop on curve, because again, if we would have played it on curve, we would have been able to get rid of their Luffy, would have been able to like pressure double strike. I think without that, like we were just so behind, not being able to play anything. All right. Let's see. Yeah, is that like an automated message that happens? By the way, I actually do not know that when someone downloads the log, the second wants to go first, so we take it away from them. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's start this stuff. Is Red Blue Ace cooked? A little bit more than I thought. I thought he was still going to be pretty good this format, but not a lot of people are playing it, which is interesting. Right, the fact that no one's telling me that's an automated message means that they type that out, which is very funny. It's automatic? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. If it's automatic, that's cool. That's fine. That is okay. Even if it's not automatic, it's fine as well. I just found it very funny. You can take one more. Ooh, there it is. Do we want to pop this? I think so. So if this, they're gonna Sakazuki, right? That's fine. Ooh. Who's the hit? Honestly, it's probably this one. In case there's a trigger, which is very rare for this deck, but just in case. Sakazuki number 2, please. Oh, you know, Thatch is like not as bad, right? Being able to turn into a 5/8 in the right conditions is right. Nice. All right, Sakazuki number 2. Come on, you got it. I know you have it. It'd be criminal if you did not. Oh, we're committing crimes. You know what they're supposed to do if they saw all 4 Rosie Laws? You know what I mean? It's pretty tough. I can't even do the thing. Yeah, we've lost. Yeah. Yeah, GG's. Yeah, nothing we can do about that. Yeah, they were able to set up and do the good things. Yeah. Unfortunate. Trying to think if there's anything that we could have done differently. They saw their good curve, which it seems like their blockers end up being important for us. If they see like their sustain chain, like we just get hurt by it. Not being able to remove Sakazuki was tough, but that's also because we didn't have a one-drop stick for long, which I think could have been a difference if we had like more ways to like pressure this. So that could have also just been a mistake on my side. I will say that this matchup felt a little bit tougher when they see their stuff, which is tougher. And even though like they won first, it honestly feels like going second might be better for us. Because like Newgate on curve almost always has something to hit into, but the protection effect they have is tough too, which makes it yeah, as mentioned, tough. All right, well let's make some minor changes. Yeah, let's make some minor changes. This one. All right. In general, I like this deck. I think I want one more copy of the Mule. Izo felt good. This card's probably just okay. I could probably take out a copy of 2 of Thatch or Marco. I think this is enough 8Ks in the deck, so which gives us 2 extra spots for things. I really do want to try the Kobe, which is probably what we're going to add. I also do want to try to find room for Sanji. But Sanji would be... We'd have to play 9-drop Newgate, or Law. But unironically, like the Rosie matchup, since they play like 8K so easily, like it seems like a pretty good matchup for specifically Law, or for the Zoro. Because my thought is if we're playing Zoro, so we play 2 copies of it, and then we can go into 2 copies of Sanji, because we can make that Zoro unblockable. That might just be like a little bit too much of a package into it. I'm going to put 2 Kobe's in. 4 drops here. Just gives us more things to do early. Might even just do a 3-3. Because if they don't answer this, like being able to KO a 3K base power less offers a lot of things, and the card draw is about the same. Sure, and yeah, maybe not attacking with Luffy could have been a thing, for sure. That's very fair as well. It's very fair as well. Yeah, it's just an early turn 1 play. Yeah, because it's a 6K aggressively and it draws us a card in a deck that doesn't get so much card draw. That's really it. Because like most people take like their first swing anyways. Yeah, Kobe might just be a little bit slow, but I do want to test it a little bit. I could also see like room for a 3rd ace. Because even if it's just like ace into whatever. We also haven't played against any blue-green today, which is kind of tough. To get like actual testing against that, but it's fine. Yeah. Pop Newgate could also be added. He's like, but I haven't found a time to play him on curve yet. Oh, I do this all the time. I make the lobby on sim, but like not actually ready yet. What have we been like? Almost 2 hours. Yeah, we got about another hour or so. Against Nami likes to likely go second. Our going second is pretty good. Yeah, I think generally want to go second. Ooh. Yeah, we can keep this. Like Kobe into Izo, very nice. Even this Kobe into like this is kind of nice. I want to kind of give him a 2-1. Yeah, crazy. You could have thought that was going to happen. Almost blew it. You can't play Nico Robin and put something on leader this turn? What are you doing for 5? Another... I'm gonna guess they're trying to play another Nami. So what else are they doing for 5? I mean, they could play like Corona. This is fine, I guess. That's fine. Who can they play off this Nami? Best thing they could do is Corona, right? Also, we have too many cards in hand anyways. Just in case there's like a Corona. No, it shouldn't have been this, because they can just like... Alright, they did get out of it. Hey, we're good. Yeah, there's Corona. I hate this. It's also kind of nasty. I kind of don't want to attack them. Is that crazy? I think we just kind of hang out. I'm just gonna hang out. You guys can make fun of me, but I don't want to give them a free thing, and then also don't want to make their Borsalinos good. Or like even just getting Moria to hand might be too good. Worst card in my hand. Yeah, so get them pop this. Yeah, I can't attack. That's fine. Sure. Interesting. I don't know if I'm being too defensive, but this feels right. Sure. This costs 5 and that costs 5, which is kind of dumb. So we need to have so we can put Thatch out for 5 as a blocker. This means we give out this. But with Thatch blocker, I don't know like what they're... You can play like Zoro or something, right? Interesting. We have to block the Porcelino, yeah. I think this wins us the game now. I think we're really good. I think we're very solid here. Yeah, if this was Orange Jr., I would have done it. Yeah, I need these. Yeah, not giving them that Gecko Moria trigger. It could have been wrong, but I think that ended up like being able to like control the pace of the game like that ended up being like really important. Well, even with the 15K, we had like it turned all of our things into 2Ks, and then like it drew us a card, to be able to defend more, right? And then like it let us attack while still having like Luffy's effect and like the Rad Beam, right? So I think what we did was right. I think what we did was right. Yeah, I will say, like, playing this deck is scary because, like, there are just so many times you're just like, man, I won this turn, but like next turn I was gonna lose very hard. But it is funny like how much this reminds me of like OG Newgate, where you're just like big body, and you're just like, no, I'll just defend at 0, and hopefully it will work out. Because like the Luffy's really good. That card's like absurd. I can't believe they printed that card in the sense of like, oh, it's a 4-drop that you get to play for 2. That technically it's a 4-drop 8K rush card in this deck, which is crazy. Crazy. I also think the Kobe ended up being incredibly important for that matchup. And I could see like Kobe being better than Sanji inherently. Or like, so right now we're doing like a 3-3 split, right? We need this against this. We get Kobe again, so it's pretty neat. Keep. Yeah. It turns us into Nami leader effect too. Yeah, which is great. Does Luffy get the rush from leader effect? It does, but then you need to you need to be 8K. Okay, this is gonna look weird, but I'm just gonna do this. It's still fine. Who's better? Izo or Vista? Actually, in this spot, it has to be Izo. It's like Vista like draws me the card, but I actually don't want that right now. Always right on time. Yeah. I want to do that though in case this got interacted with, which is not like too outrageous. But yeah, this Kobe drawing cards has been pretty good. I don't mind this because it's going to continue to draw me cards, so. Okay. So I know like we can just play out like Newgate right now, but it might be better just to do like the full sweep of things. Because I think going wider is going to be better for this. Especially next turn, like when we can do like really big number. Like they're probably going to get Kobe this time around, but I'm okay with that. They can play like Bonnie, but like I'm not going to like lose to Bonnie. And like I think setting up Luffy to like not have to be worried about stuff next turn is good. Sure. It's a little unfortunate. But like not actually that bad. Since that card's already face up, it doesn't do anything. And then they'll just defend this with counter 2k, which is fine. Oh no. I'm going down to 0, really? Interesting, interesting, interesting. Did they do anything to know that that was there, or did they just get lucky? Because they didn't. I don't think they did Fire Dragon. Did they just know that was there? Oh, they discarded that. Okay, I see. I see. Okay. Double Sanji's off life is pretty insane too, though, but not like outrageous. Now we're just like really like dependent on the last cards of our deck. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, okay. So it could be like Bonnie. I don't do that much. Sure. It's funny you can give it to itself. I just don't think we're winning here. If we go for game. Which sucks. It really stinks to say that. Well, I just don't think we are. We have to pretend like we have an 8k in hand. I know we don't, but like, and if this hits like a thing out of life, okay, it's fine. Oh no, he knows. How does he know? Yeah, alright, we just lose. We need better numbers. They can just play Bonnie and win. And if we had an 8K in hand, we would have done it. But they could just Bonnie now. Yeah. I do think that this is a bit of a sleeper deck right now, too. I think it's just like generically good, just yellow stuff. Especially if someone just wants to get into the game. I think it's good. Also, like, 6-drop Wiper does, or 5-drop Wiper does hit a bunch of decks in the game right now. Like, they're like 1 life and 6 cards in hand. Like, it's rough. Maybe they think I'm baiting. Maybe they think that the cards in my hand are kind of good. Sure. Oh, we're awfully close to being able to survive this. If we had an 8K in hand, we won. And they kind of threw. If so. If we like if the last thing was a thingy. No GG, alright. Yeah, if we had a 2K, if we had an 8K, we would have won. Yeah, because like the Lex attack we'd be able to get out of for free. I don't know what their next move was going to be if we didn't. Because like... Yeah, if Visa was an 8K instead, I think we won. Which is fine. I don't think we did anything poor in that game. They got like, I would say mildly lucky with the cards they hit out of life. But not like crazy amount. Also, like, it's going to be weird to say. Unironically, I think this deck also... This is a deck that would play 4 copies of 8-drop Moria without anything else. Maybe like 2 Kumasis or something. But like, I think this, like, Moria 8-drop is... you can definitely play in this deck because you just play so many 4-drops. That, especially 4-drops have on-plays. Like, for example, Sanji off of Moria is like not bad. You can definitely see that. I do think Kobe helped us that game too. I think we're fine. I think we're 6-4. But per usual, we're playing like a lot of like non-meta decks right now. Like we haven't played against Blue Green Luffy once. We played against Nami. We played against one Enel. Our losses have been Enel, which I think we could have won. One of them was, did we lose to Robin? I think we did. But that loss was just variance of not finding 8-drop on curve, which I think is pretty unlikely. The Enel game, I think we lost because we were bad. Ooh, Luffy Ace. Luffy Ace. GLHF. Alright, we're going second, sorry. Going second with Vista is like kind of okay. The weird thing about this matchup is like we don't have a lot of ways to interact with their board. I'll keep this though. I think just seeing Moby Dick is enough for this to be an okay start. I do think like we need more like I do want to play, what is it? The 1-drop Ezo? I think that card's good. Like, even if it's just, like, show a card, draw a card, I think that's, like, good enough. Because we do get benefits from having 1-drops on the board. Oh, God. Alright, sure. Sure. Alright, Iza's like slightly better. Luffy's also kind of good. But I think we're gonna have Vista. Vista is nice, because it will offer us a card draw. Unironically, I think it has to be Newgate, actually. I think Newgate is just too good to, like, give up. Because we still have, like, Vista, and we can go, like, pop it. I don't think there's going to be, like, that many... Oh, okay. 7 is good. This pops 2k or less, and this pops 2k or less, right? I think this is a tough hit. So Luffy, we don't have any of these. These can end up being very important for the game. Just to make sure that we have something later game. I think it's going to be Curiel, though. And we can go, let's go big 8 here. Where's this guy? Oh, yeah. Sure. Ace finds ace. It's pretty good. And we got another Luffy anyways. So we're good. Alright. Fortunately, this cannot get rid of anything. Select one target. I will show you the card that you already know that's in hand. So you want the draw one. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. I do think the zero cost event is likely worth it in this deck. Because it's never like an issue about how many cards we have in hand, it's mostly just how much counter we have in hand. Bonnie's good. How many AKs do we have in hand? Oh, we have enough that we can do this. Attack with ace, please. Please! Okay. I just need to slow the bleeding now. Sure. Do you have a toucan hand? Nope. Okay, we have a couple options here. As much as like these cards are like terrifying, I think the better play is to play Ace Luffy. Like I don't need Newgate to go for game. Like the removal is not as bad as like turning all these bad cards into my hand. Well, the issue is that it was a 9K, right? A 9K was just tough. I think I want to play Ace out though this turn. I think Ace Luffy's just better, and we can get like some value from it still. I'm definitely gonna start here. Okay. It's only characters with blocker. Go 8 here. Means I essentially have to get out of it. I go 8 there though, and then I can go. Yeah. I think a third copy of Ace would be kind of nice. I think this is good. I think the card's really good. I think the card is really good. Now that they can't do the whatever. Yeah, we just go for game. Yeah, GG's. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, like Luffy Ace at like 9 Dawn like that ends up being so good. Even like I mean, like technically you can do it at like 7 Dawn, right? Or even 6 7 Dawn, yeah. But it ends up just feeling so good on 10. Because it lets you like attack with Ace, which means that they have to respect it. And then like even if they get rid of Ace, like that means you get an extra draw. Like sure, like your leader would be like you're forcing them to attack into a 6K instead, but I think it just ends up being too good. Yeah, if you have Ace Luffy on the board, you feel unkillable. Yeah. The only issue is that if they pop one of them, then you're like dead. You're like, look at all this counter in my hand. If I could use it, but yeah. But it is funny. Oh, I see the guy. Like Corgi's been hanging out with me today. Just so kind. Oh, finally. All right. Against this deck, what do we want? Honestly, I think we want to go second. I think that's better for us. This is a really funny hand, but sure. Because I mean, we do have the Namule. Namule does end up being valuable. We just have to find time to play it. And by play it. Ooh, little me. We get some good plays in the next couple turns. Okay, he's right here. Here's Doggy. No, I'm good. I've got my water here. Thank you. That's full of water. Sure. Okay, that's a lot of loops. It is raining. I should have. That's okay. Which probably could have made that a 10. Yeah, it should have been a 10. I haven't tried Koala. I want to try Koala with the new Star Deck Sabo stuff more. Yeah, but I agree. This hand is very interessante. I think we trash this because I want to play this the next turn likely. Sure. Interesting. Nougat off the top. One time. Thank you. Oh yeah, the always lucky, gotta be. Gotta always be lucky. Sure. You have to be lucky. I think I do. Yeah, I know a secret rare ace would be good. Oh. You can give that blocker twice. It's crazy. Are they going to the? Yeah. To the. I did not know. Oh, I ended up taking it. Wounded would hurt here a lot. I think we're okay. What you got a? Wait, what do you got at 1 o'clock? Okay, 4 o'clock. Okay, gotcha. 4:30. Okay. 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 It has been rated. All right, with that, getting an 8K means that we're generally safe right now. Their last attack is a 9K. Which we can go. Yeah. All right. For this effect, trashing this one. For this effect, trashing this. And then last card to trash is not that. Don't be bad. And then counter. We're almost bad. These 4-drop Luffy effects. At least those 4-drop effects are so scary. Okay, they didn't have Luna either. So like we were like pretty fine. They might have been able to like defend a little bit. It would have been just like strictly playing Boa 7-drop. But then they just don't do pressure next turn. Is the Zaha... Wait, the... Secret Teach? I'm gonna teach. Is the... Is the Zaha not like... Also, we're 84. Is Zaha not leader locked? Because I'm pretty sure it was. Am I wrong? No. Okay. Fair enough. And Donna your field play one Marshall D teach. Okay. Gotcha. It's so like visually, like I remember seeing the name Marshall D teach in brackets, but it's just like the card that it plays. So that's really interesting because I could definitely see, especially like Nico Robin. Nico Robin could definitely like ramp to this card and then play out that pretty easily, like just the yellow ones. Koala can do both though, right? What's the other teach? The promo teach? What's it do? When attacking. So like it's the turn afterwards. So it doesn't have blocker, which is unfortunate. Honestly, even just playing a big 10, like a 12k blocker without any effects is still pretty good. You know what I mean? It's still a good effect. One small piece of feedback on the generated image for text saying main versus sideboard has kind of low contrast, at least for black deck. If you send me in my Discord, there's like a website feedback. If you can send a picture what you mean, we'll definitely we can definitely look into it. Yeah, if you guys really have any feedback, we've been the last month, the site has like changed drastically. I think for the better, almost inherently, and not as someone who owns this site and someone who's biased for it. I know that like I'm always going to say the site's great, but I think that I look at like videos of like what the site looked like 6 months ago at the beginning of the year and where we're at right now, and it's just jumps and bounds ahead. And Chippy's done a lot of work, and I think it's in a really, really good spot. So if you guys literally have any feedback, I'd love to hear it because we want to keep doing it. And right now we're also, since we have a good core for what the builder looks like, it used to be like it was like really like tough to implement change because the previous way we had it was a kind of rigid. So we spent a lot of time just kind of building the template around it and stuff. So now it's really flexible for changes. Now it's just really flexible with changes there. All right. Can you play around? Sure. I queued up for a game. We'll do one more, and then we can maybe, because what time is it? 3:06. Yeah, I'll do one more because I queued it up, and then we can do one game after that. I almost never. I have to be in a certain mood to play against people in chat, which is not anything besides just me being weird. For going first, this hand is great. Jelly Jeff. All right. We need a boy, so we will get a boy. Yeah. No, we can do one. There's a mild chance that we do. If I do anything near a subathon, it will definitely be a thing where if you sub, then you get to, you get a game kind of thing. But it's, yeah, we'll have to get there first. There's 5 parking trash. Give me extra card, please. I kind of want another Ezo. Mid Ezo actually goes pretty hard. This is a good spot, though. Wow. I think this deck is pretty good. I think it's worth playing. For sure. We have 16 cards in Crash. This is 9k now. Now they get a free redirect. No. Really? Let's see if that's right. Testing has been pretty good. Sorry, I'm making fun of my dog. Just going bow, bow. Yeah, this is gonna be hurt. It's gonna hurt though. We had to trash as a ha 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 earlier too. I'm like not that afraid. All right. I would definitely consider playing this deck. For sure. I should have popped this last turn though. Testing has been pretty good. I think we're gonna lose this game though. I think them going second was good. Honestly, them seeing Borsalino instead of Shiryu was better. I think we had like a good curve, but I think like the last turn we needed to play instead of another Newgate, it might have needed to be Ace. Maybe for like one less life. Or one more life. The Zaha on curve was bad for us. I don't know. I'm not sure how. This matchup does feel a little bit tough because 10-drop Newgate, like 10-drop Teach of Zaha does so much for them. And I think they did the right play previously by not, you know what I mean? Like by not attacking with Burgess or not giving us something to attack with Newgate. That might have meant that we should have like went wider and then played like 8-drop on the turn where it actually would have done something. That actually might have been better to like do it so that like we give the minus to their leader or to their blocker and then it can't block as easy. That might have been better. That might have been better for sure. That might be better for sure. And then I would also like consider like a third copy of Radbeam as well. Ben Crow, send me. You can DM me a code, and I'll play one quick game with you. I'll do one quick game because I'm feeling generous today. So normally I do not. We might have like a viewer battle day, but we'll see. We will see. But so far, like the builds felt pretty good. All right. This is the last game of the night. I'm gonna lose, and then you guys can go away. Against Koala, we want to take second because you want to be on 8. This is a pretty good. I'm going second curve, so there we go. But yeah, I think that there's like a pretty real possibility that this deck is pretty good. The only issue, like, it does like kind of brick sometimes, but there are like reasons for it to be good. Big 5. Okay. That's right, I forgot. We're playing jank build. Honestly, it's probably this. I think there is a lot of gameplay where okay. This is kind of like a fun position where we can go. Well, that's funny too. Like we could give this rush. It's once per turn, so we don't, but like we could have. It's kind of funny. Next turn it almost will be Ace Luffy. Because I don't think this is a matchup where like playing Newgate on curve is like necessarily play. I think we need a third copy of Time for a counterattack too. Like Kobe's also been fun, but maybe he's not the play. They're going to 7, which is kind of tricky. Yeah. Yeah, but Newgate should almost always be like reactionary, especially since like, and maybe not always. I mean, if you have the second one in hand, you're good for it. I think in this matchup though, like we have to be like a little bit more reactionary just because like how everything works. Yeah, you got it. I withdraw a card. Okay, a third one. You know, unironically, a double Newgate would be the play. It's quick. Got backup play. This is still like fine. Just imagine if we could have. Oh, stop. Stop. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, clearly if we had if we kept the Luffy, we would have been in a way better spot. Okay. Air power. No. Yeah, we're good then. Yeah, this the end game state is so good. It's almost making me want to play the if you have Luffy and Ace on the board, you get the draw, but it's not consistent enough for that. That is fun though. Yeah, I think we're just good to go though, right? Yeah. Yeah. We can do game 2. And they can go second, because that's where they prefer, obviously. Forecast Luffy raises base power and makes you not draw from the event. I see. Let's see. If we're going first, it's actually still pretty good, yeah. I think this deck is pretty valid. Okay. character that plays a character. I didn't play anything that played a thing. It just reduces the cost, which is similar but different. I don't know if that card's needed in the deck. Jeez, that's good. Way hack. All right. That's pretty good. They put that there too. That's good for me. Not having a Luffy yet is kind of troublesome. Next turn, if we find Ace off Garp into Luffy, we're good. I think we do need to find room for at least a third Ace. I think that card is really good. I think the card's really, really good. The Vista's not bad, though. Uta 2K also could be pretty good in the stack. I'm finding out more and more. It's actually not too bad either. Let's lose to. Oh, I think we need to. Just need to find something kind of spectacular. It's kind of spectacular. Easel's also just like the same but better. Sometimes it's not. All right, we're kind of saying our hand's really good, which our hand's okay. Our hand's okay. I could definitely try to go for game right now and then be in a good spot for it. Probably 3. That was pretty good. It's only gets 5 of these, yeah. Maybe it should have been 6, and we can do 6-4 for like another blocker. I don't think you should have popped that. We haven't seen Luffy all game. And we will continue not to find Luffy all game. This can help us find it too. It did not, but it could have. Yeah, we went through over half our deck and didn't find a Luffy. This last life is probably Luffy, almost guaranteed at this point. The only benefit is like every card in our hand is technically a 2K right now, which is actually kind of nice. Thanks to Ace. Yeah. I don't know if I could have missed chances to pick up Luffy, but like it would have won us the game, I think. If we could have played Luffy here and not attack Rush, I think there was like 0% chance they won. But a lot of it's just like Borsalino being a good card, right? Like unironically, Borsalino is still like, I don't think that card should exist. I think the card is still stupid. It's like, without being like hyperbolic, without it, like I think Nami is a bit more of a fair deck. And then it is like most of the times I've lost the Rosies because they've done Borsalino, Rosie Law back to back to back to back. Yeah, these two. There he is. I knew it. I told you guys he was right there. They should have gone face. than just numbers. And we have the Luffy still. And GG. Yeah, I almost thought that we were super dead because we didn't find Luffy. For sure. But I think the deck's in a good spot. I like Kobe. I like the idea of Kobe. Kobe's probably not the play for the deck though. If I was to do, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. And I wanted to give you second card because I know that's obviously way better for your deck. But I felt, yeah, this deck feels pretty okay. Pretty okay. I would say the only things I would consider. So I think we need to put another ace for sure. Like going down on Marco and Thatch, like one copy each is fine. Little Orange Jr. is like secretly like the best. And oh, so you guys can't see anything. I'm sorry. Yeah. My bad. Yeah. This is the list as we have it. Here. I'll do. Here, give me. Actually, here. Let me hide it for a second. All right. This is the list as we have it. And also, if you guys want to find this, I'll have it on. If you go to Deck Database, One Piece, OP16 Team, I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to put it right here next to Marco, so you guys can check that out when you want to. But if I was to change this deck, the changes I would. Kobe was a fun ad, but I think we just got to go to. I think Sanji's just better overall, for better for worse. I think we can add one more copy of Ace and one more copy of Time for a Counterattack from there, because I think both those are kind of relevant cards. And then the only other thing I would like mildly think of is if we want more card draw. This card's like not bad, because sometimes it's just good to have like a 1-drop on board and get like a little bit more cycle. Especially like early games, like turn 1-2, you want to be able to do something. We have 8 things to do right now, 7 if you count the mule. Also, how many 2Ks do we have in the deck? We're only running 7, but we get way more with Izo and Ace in mind, so we're probably fine. But I do like the idea of like Time for a Counterattack, being able to play a Garp or a mule, but it's probably fine. It's probably fine. I think it's in a good spot. It's in a good spot. All right. All right. Anyways, I think we're good. Lucky Roo, which one? Probably the discard draw. That's like not bad. Right? Like this one. This is like an okay ad. I think that's like a fine potential ad for the deck. Especially like if you're playing Time for a Counterattack, being able to play Lucky Roo off of it's kind of nasty. Just in general, right? I could see that being like a game-changing play. But like obviously we don't have any like guarantee for it. But that seems like the fact that it can like fix our hand and it also can like get rid of a card for like Newgate, all that seems pretty okay. If we feel like it's like the counterattack needs to go to 4 copies, I think that's fine. The issue is that like we're pretty quickly running out of deck space for things. I think 6-drop Marco is a fine card, but I think having it at I'd say that Vista is almost entirely better 9 times out of 10. Marco's just okay, but not like obscenely better. So I could see like going down to like 1 less copy of Marco, and then like the deck space would have to be pretty tight for it. But like even just situations where you play like Ace and the Lucky Roo, that's 9 Dawn, you have 1 open for It's Time for a Counterattack, and you super fix your hand. That could just be good in itself too. So I can definitely see that as a thing. So, but Unironically, Kobe was a pretty good card against, but it was only like a good card against Nami when you played it on curve. And I think there are like a lot of times where like playing Sanji on for 3 for 1 less ends up being like sneakily better in like the situations where like you can find time for it. So I think this is fine. But yeah, if you don't like Izo, you can definitely put Lucky Roo. Because again, like Lucky Roo, this plays anything from your hand with 2k power or less, so being able to play the Lucky Roo off of it is nice. Maybe 2 Izo? I mean, 2 Izo could be good too. Like, I think the fact that we do want to take first away is fine, but the fact that we also 3-drop Ace in those situations are fine too. So, like, there's like a lot of options for what we want to play, but I think in general it's good. The only other reason I like 1-drop Izo is that, you know, we're so benefited by doing the Garp stuff, but like I think from my own play style, like 8-drop Nougat's really good, but only if you can actively pressure something. Otherwise, it's better to go wider, which like 2-drop Luffy will really facilitate most of the times. Because if you could play Nougat on 8, you can likely also do Vista Luffy. Vista draws us a card, which is really important, and then like pressures something sometimes. Even just like Ace Luffy on 8, if you don't have anything to remove with Nougat, ends up being really good. And then like if you have Moby Dick, then you can attack with Ace the turn you play it by popping that and spending the 1 extra Dawn. Which all that seems good. And then also just like Luffy Ace on 7, it's pretty good. Pretty dang good. So, but yeah, I think like the Lucky Roo and maybe Time for a Counterattack's like a little bit cheese, but sometimes cheese wins you games that your opponent's not expecting. But I'm probably just gonna post this list. Not this one, even though like this is the same. Like it's really just taking off Kobe, and like Kobe mostly outside of one matchup, I think Sanji is better more times than not, and the fact that on the turns we go first, Sanji's infinitely better than Kobe in those games. So I think that's pretty fair. So I'll put this list on my website again if you guys want to check it out. You can definitely go for it. We're gonna be done for the day. I'm gonna be gone until Monday, but Monday we'll likely be playing in the Chinoy's Cup. My guess is just to do play an Ace game again, and go from there. And that's it. I don't have much more to say. So thank you guys for hanging out. We'll be, I'll be on the road and or just busy for the next 3 days. So if you guys are going to Toronto, good luck. I'm looking forward to watching the stream and see what ends up doing well. There's also an event in Europe. I don't remember which part of Europe, but I know there's a European event. So that should be fun. We'll likely have the deck list as soon as we can on Monday morning, if not sooner for those events. So make sure to check it out. If you have any feedback for the website, let me know. But I think that it's in a really, really good spot right now. So I'm really happy to see all the changes we've been doing, and that should be it. So who's streaming some One Piece right now? Who's streaming some One Piece right now? Let's see. Let's see. Versus Cup is doing a OP16 tournament. So here, easy. Damn, there's the raid. This is what Twitch has told me we're gonna raid. So that's it. See you guys next time. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.